Well, hello, Investors Resource family and friends. How are you doing? I am just sort of thinking that given the recent market action and some tumult there, that perhaps a comment might be in order from me to you. So, how are you doing in this volatility? If you are nervous, just know that I won't say we are not, but take a breath. This is exactly why you're diversified. It's exactly why when you have an aggressive bucket that we might be calling you saying, hey, if you've got extra cash, you may want to layer it in and add at this point. It's also why within even stocks that we have different categories that we are investing in, because there's diversification all around. And right now, diversification is working. So just sort of rest easy on that. I think it is relevant today to sort of share some historical information that, all historical information isn't relevant, like really, because at this point, a lot of this, according to the news, does the news know anything? But according to the news, all of this is as a result of people getting nervous about tariffs, and not to downplay any of that. But we've come off of a 2023 and a 2024 where markets were just, really, really good, like way good. And so it would be normal in any 5-year period to experience, a couple of years of highs, flat or down year, and a really crappy year in the nicest of ways. So perhaps this is that, or perhaps we just level out by year end. The bottom line of all of this is, so they call this, a scare on tariffs. And yes, that seems to be the reason that we're going down. But the bigger picture is, how does the economy react to all of this over long periods of time? And I understand, again, turn the TVs off, that, one can be more nervous about long-term growth overall, but a lot of that just remains to be seen. So what could I impart today that would make any difference? Seriously, this is where I believe that your more experienced financial advisors are going to, come in and, help you understand all of this, particularly ones like who are a little bit more active in monitoring, adjusting, and that kind of thing. Because adjustment really means a lot of things to a lot of people. Here's what adjustment does not mean: that we cash out at a low. Nor should that be any sort of reaction by you in any of this. I get that if you look at your portfolio and you say, oh, well, you say it's not down and I'm diversified, but I'm nervous. I'll just say our phone lines have not been flooded. I suppose our longer term clients have sort of been through this before, and they kind of know how this happens. But all of this goes back to a historical study done by Morningstar. They looked at a 30-year period. It's a long time. Do you know how long 30 days is? I know how long 30 days is. Do you know how long 30 years is? It's 10,950 days. Okay? So out of 10,950 days, if we or you were nervous and you said, I can't take the pain. I want the gain, but I can't take the pain. Cash me out. If you'd missed the 10 best days out of 10,950, you would have sacrificed something to the order of about half of the return of the entire 30-year period. So that was a study that was done, way back 35 years ago when I got into the business. And they've done follow-up over follow-up in follow-ups on this, and they dissected it and looked at it different ways. But the whole thing came back to, don't let your emotions rule, because there's so much to be, so much to be lost if you just, overreact. So I began asking the question, what happens if you miss the 10 worst days. Like nobody wants to publish that, especially in the mutual fund industry. Nobody wants to go fund a study on that. But okay, so when you actually find that answer, it is, guess what? You would have done commiserately better if you would have like avoided the 10 worst days, which makes you want to go cash out, right? Right. Wrong. The reason it's wrong is that the 10 best days usually follow the 10 worst. And that's why people say, no, you can't time the market. It's always darkest before dawn. And so please call us if you're nervous about things. But I think this is a time where history can provide us some comfort, some guardrails, some perspective. Because again, corrections and things of this nature happen all the time in markets. This is just one more reason for that market action. So our job for you is to A, stay alert, B, be willing to make a change if we feel like that is in your best interest. But C, I don't want to say stay the course, because you can't set it and forget it. Big difference between setting it and forgetting it, and simply being willing to survey the landscape, see what's working, and see where the opportunities lie in the middle of volatility. So just know that we're here, we're on the job, and we're so thankful for your relationship with us. It's times like these that, some of the strategies that we're talking about of tax loss harvesting, maybe any Roth conversions, if this thing, buckles down and gets worse, maybe that's a thing. But there's a lot of additional things that we can be doing as your trusted partner. And we're just so thankful for the relationship that you have with us. So go about your life, go about spring, enjoy yourself, call us if you need us, because we got this. Take care.